Hello and welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep IAS. Welcome to the daily quiz discussion for the 25th of July 2022. Beginning with the first question of the day. It reads, consider the following statements about Anushilan Samiti. There are three question statements given here. The first one reads, the organization arose from a conglomeration of local youth groups in Bengal in 1902 due to the efforts of Satish Chandra Basu. The second statement reads, the organization comprised of two independent arms in East and West Bengal, Dhaka Anushilan Samiti and the Jugantar Group. The third statement reads, the Jugantar Group led by Pulin Bihari Das undertook the Bara dacoity in 1908. Which of the following statements are correct? What is the context? This article from the PIB notes Sri Dharmendra Pradhan, the Minister for Education, calling for the inclusion of information about the Anushilan Samiti in the National Curriculum Framework. Coming back to the question, the first statement is correct. Anushilan Samiti was formed in the year 1902 due to the efforts of Satish Chandra Basu. The second statement is also correct. Post the Bengal partition, Anushilan Samiti comprised of two independent arms in East and West Bengal. Dhaka Anushilan Samiti in East Bengal and the Jugantar Group in West Bengal based in Calcutta. The third statement is wrong. Why? Because it was the Dhaka Anushilan Samiti which was led by Pulin Bihari Das which undertook the Bara dacoity in 1908. The Bara dacoity was aimed to raise funds for revolutionary activities. Since the question asks for the correct statement, the answer to this question would be option A, 1 and 2 only. Also note, the Jugantar group, also known as the Yugantar group, was based in Calcutta and it included participation from personalities such as Barinder Kumar Ghosh and Jatindranath Mukherjee, also popularly known as Baga Jatin. It also saw participation from personalities such as Rash Bihari Bose, Sachin Sanyal and others. The Jugantar group was involved in the setting up of the Maniktala bomb factory and the Muzaffar conspiracy. In 1908, Prafulla Chaki and Khudiram Bose threw a bomb at a carriage supposed to be carrying a white Judge Kingsford in Muzaffarpur. The Jugantar group is also famous for its Indo-German plot or also known as the Zimmermann plan. Under this plan, the group arranged to import German arms and ammunition through sympathizers and revolutionaries staying abroad. Their aim was to bring about an all-India insurrection against the British rule. Moving on to the second question. The question reads, which of the following statements is or are incorrect with respect to Central Administrative Tribunal? The three question statements are as follows. The first one, the jurisdiction of CAT extends to the All India Services, the Central Civil Services, civil posts under the center and civilian employees of defense services. The second statement reads, the members of CAT drawn from both judicial and administrative streams and are appointed by the President. The last statement, appeals against the order of the CAT can be made only in the Supreme Court and not in High Courts. Please have a look at the options given below. What is the context? This article from the PIB notes the chairman of Central Administrative Tribunal laying the foundation stone for the construction of office building of the Guwahati branch of Central Administrative Tribunal. Coming back to the question, the first statement is correct. That is, the jurisdiction of CAT extends to the mentioned services. Note, the members of defense forces, officers and servants of the Supreme Court and the secretarial staff of the Parliament are not covered under the CAT, that is Central Administrative Tribunal. The second statement is also correct. That is, members of CAT are drawn from both judicial as well as administrative streams and they are appointed by the President. However, the third statement is wrong. Note, originally appeals against the orders of the CAT could be made only in the Supreme Court and not in the High Courts. However, in the Chandrakumar case of 1997, the Supreme Court declared this restriction on the jurisdiction of the High Courts as being unconstitutional, holding that judicial review is a part of the basic structure of the Constitution. It laid down that appeals against the orders of the CAT shall lie before the division bench of the concerned High Court. As a result, now it is not possible for an aggrieved public servant to approach the Supreme Court directly against an order of the CAT without first going to the concerned High Court. Since the question asks for the incorrect statement, the answer to this question would be option C, 3 only. Moving on to the third question, it reads, consider the following statements about the Modhera Sun Temple. There are two question statements given here. The first one reads, it was built in the 11th century during the reign of Bhima I of the Chalukya dynasty. The second statement reads, it is built in the Maru Gurjara style of architecture. Which of the following statements is or are correct? Please have a look at the options given below. What is the context? This article from today's The Indian Express notes the statement by the Union Home Minister, Shri Amit Shah, announcing that the Ahmedabad railway station would be developed on Modhera Sun Temple model. Note, the Modhera Sun Temple is located in Mehsana district and it was built in the 11th century during the Chalukya dynasty rule. Coming back to the question, the first statement is correct. That is, it was built in the 11th century during the reign of Bhima I of the Chalukya dynasty. It is situated on the banks of the river Pushpavati. The second statement is also correct. That is, the Modhera Sun Temple is built in the Maru Gurjara style of architecture. The Maru Gurjara architecture is also known as the Chalukya style or Solanki style. It is a style of West Indian temple architecture that originated in Gujarat and Rajasthan from the 11th to 13th centuries under the Chalukya dynasty. A notable aspect of the Modhera Sun Temple is the kunda or the stepped water tank. Since the question asks for the correct statements, the answer to this question would be option C, both 1 and 2. Moving on to the fourth question, it reads, which of the following countries is the largest producer of mangoes in the world? The options are A, India, B, China, C, Pakistan, and D, Thailand. What is the context? The daily quiz section of the Hindu newspaper notes July 22nd as being celebrated as National Mango Day in India. In this context, there are some questions asked on mangoes. Coming back to the question, the answer to this question is A, India. Note, India is by far the world's largest producer of mango. It produces around 20 million tons of mango annually. This accounts for almost 40% of the total world mango production. Apart from India, China, Thailand and Mexico are the other leaders in mango production. Apart from being the largest producer of mango, India also stands first in the production of banana, papaya and lemon. Among the Indian states, Uttar Pradesh ranks first in mango production with a share of around 23%. Moving on to the last question of the day. This is a question from the UPSC 2019 General Studies Paper 1. The question reads, consider the following pairs. There are three pairs of wildlife and their natural habitats. The first one, blue-finned mahseer, Kaveri River. Note, mahseer is a type of fish. The second pair, Irrawaddy dolphin, Chambal River. And the third pair, rusty spotted cat, Eastern Ghats. Which of the pairs given above are correctly matched? The mahseer species of fish is found in the Kaveri River. There are two main species found here. One is the blue-finned and the other is the orange-finned humpbacked fish. So the first pair is correctly matched. The second pair is wrongly matched. Note, Irrawaddy dolphin, which is a critically endangered species, is found in coastal areas in South and Southeast Asia. In India, it is found in the Chilika Lake and not in the Chambal River. The third pair is correctly matched. Note, the rusty spotted cat is one of the world's smallest cat species. Initially, in India, it was thought to be confined only to South India, but records have established that it is found all over the country. It was observed in eastern Gujarat's Gir National Park, in Maharashtra's Tadoba Andheri Tiger Reserve, and also in India's Eastern Ghats. Since the question asks for the correctly matched pairs, the answer to this question would be option C, 1 and 3 only. Moving on to the fact of the day, Forex reserves. What is the context? This article from today's The Indian Express takes note of the drastic dip in India's foreign exchange reserves in the last 10 months. Notably, there has been a 70 billion drop in forex reserves in the last 10 months alone. In this context, the article analyzes the factors which contributed to the record rise in India's forex reserves in the last few years and what are the factors which are leading to the current dip. Please note, as per the data available from 2021 from the World Bank, India holds the fifth largest forex reserves. In 2021, India held forex reserves amounting to around 638 billion US dollars. So, what factors led to the rise in forex reserves? There are two important factors. One was the trade in services, and the other was the record capital inflows into India. Note, as against countries such as China, Japan, India suffers a net deficit when it comes to trade balance in goods and merchandise. However, its impressive performance in the export of services, which comes under the net invisible, helps moderate the current account balance of India. Along with this, the capital inflows into India has helped build a notable forex reserve in India. Also, what are the factors that are leading to the current decline in forex reserves? There are two important factors. One is the depreciation in Indian rupees. Note, the forex reserves are designated in terms of US dollars. So the depreciation of the Indian rupee vis-a-vis the US dollars will inevitably lead to a decline in the forex reserves. The Indian rupee has reached record lows of around 80 rupees per dollar. Another important factor is the capital outflow from India. India has been experiencing record capital outflows during the last few months. This can be attributable to the rising global interest rate and bond yields on the back of monetary policy tightening by the US Fed and other major central banks. This is all we have for today's discussion. Thank you for being with us.